Hey, good evening. Scotland won the toss, having a bat first up in Dundee in this one-day international between Scotland and Nepal, coming quick on the heels of the fantastic match that the two teams played a few days ago. Scenes that went viral, of course, around the world, with Nepal's celebrations defeating Scotland in that ODI in this World Cricket League 2. Carrying the hero as Nepal beat Scotland in dramatic finish indeed. That was the drama of the quasi-penultimate match in Dundee, with Nepal beating Scotland by 1 wicket with 1 ball remaining, chasing down 296 up in Dundee. That was followed up by a fantastic victory by the Nepalese against the Netherlands, winning by 5 wickets with 17 balls remaining. And then Scotland, a rather comprehensive victory the other day against the Netherlands. So the two teams that have been in the best form in this little mini tournament up in the east coast of Scotland. Nepal and Scotland now facing off. Scotland won the toss, as we mentioned. They will be having a bat first. Suspect George Munsey and Charlie Tare will be coming out for the Scots. Nepal having a bowl. Should be getting underway in a couple of minutes. The players are out. Munsey and Tare. I see George Munsey, Charlie Tare. Out come the Nepali, looking smart in their, is it sky blue against the navy blue of the Scots, a sort of sky blue, red and yellow trim for Nepal. It's going to be Cami who's going to open the bowling for the Nepalese. Munsey on strike to take the first ball. It's the 76th match of World Cricket League 2. Somal Cami having a little run up in, this is his 64th ODI for Cami, 84 wickets at 28.5, economy of 5.16. Took 3 for 48 against the Dutch the other day, 2 for 66 against the Scots. '63 ODIs, 78 T20Is for Cami, who's 29 years of age. Decent couple of jumps from Cami, getting ready to get going. Players entering, it says on the screen, you can see here, I can confirm the players have entered, and it's going to be Cami who will have a bowl. Grey skies in Dundee, but looks like all is good for a game of cricket. The umpire telling everybody, yep, okay, let's run with it. And it'll be Cami who's going to be bowling the first ball to Munsey. Right arm over, in he comes, bowls the first ball, and it's an absolute jaffer. That was a cracking delivery by Cami that moved back into Munsey. Munsey was a little unsure where to take it. George Munsey, the Northamptonshire batsman, this is his 66th ODI, 2,296 runs at 41, strike rate of 87, 16 50s, 200s. That's a very good, of course, international record at this level for Munsey. Cami comes in again, bowls. This time's pulled away by Munsey into the leg side. There's no run there. Fielded a couple of dot balls to start the match up in Dundee. 301 for 6, the highest total ever at this ground. And the average first innings 215. Winning first of 150%. Winning first, batting first of 150%. Bowling first of 150%. Here's Kami again into bowl to Munzi. Bowls and Munzi drives that into the offside, but it's relatively easily fielded and there is no run. So decent start for Kami here. Black hair, a small moustache, gold earrings, and those pink long sleeves one wears underneath one's t-shirt. Number 10 wearing number 10. Munzi is wearing number 93. Sommel bowls again. That's another decent delivery on middle and off, punched down the ground by Munzi, another dot ball. So a pretty solid start by Sommel Kami, who has a record of his 8th all time on most maidens in a T20 international innings, which is just 2, but he'll be very happy, I am sure, if he could put together a maiden here. The very experienced Munzi. In he comes bowls. That's a short ball. Ducks underneath it, Munzi, and is taken by the Nepali wicket keeper Sheikh behind the stumps. Munzi, Tare, McCullen, Captain Barrington, McGreef, Cross, Lessick, Watt, Sharif, Castle and Jones, the batsman, the playing 11 for Scotland today. No runs yet. Here's Kami to complete what would be a very entertaining, or very solid, if not entertaining, start. And he does exactly that with a Yorker on off stump. That's a maiden, so decent start by Kami. Defensive looking by Munzi. It's general shuffle houses, of course, for Charlie Tare to be on strike now. The 20-year-old, the youngster, Sussex batsman. He's played 3 first-class matches, averaging 25, 16 ODIs now, averaging 31, 382 runs, averages 24 strike rates, 671 in List A matches. Previously played for the England under-19s. Not sure what his qualifications for Scotland are. Made his debut against UAE in Dubai in March last year. The new bowler is going to be Karan KC. Broad-shouldered, barrel-chested, fast, incisive bowler. Of course, a veteran now, 33 years of age, 59 ODIs, 83 wickets at 25.78 and a decent economy of 5. Picked up 2 for 35 against the Netherlands, 2 for 43 against the Scots. Right arm bowls over the wicket and Tare just pushes it away into the offside and there is no run. So 7 decent dot balls to start the match here for the Nepalese. KC, a decent looking gentleman, quiffed hair, wearing number 33 on his back, trundles in now. Bowls to Tare, got 2 slips and he's beaten outside off stump there. Tare, the youngster. Decent ball by Casey. The Nepalese have been really putting the ball in the right place in the opening 8 balls of this, albeit rather long, of course, innings. Wandering back to his mark, and Tare just goes for a little walk into the leg side. In comes KC again. Past the umpire, who's holding his jumper, bowls, and that's flicked into the leg side. But again, there's not going to be a run there, so they really have done a decent job keeping the runs down. Doing a decent job, looking rather nice at the moment. In comes Casey again, bowls to Tare, and that's an edge, and it's run down into the offside. There's a fielder down there, out there at third man. It's going to be the first runs, but I don't think the Nepalese are going to be that disappointed that they gave away a run there, first run off the bat, because it was a genuine outside edge. Ran away. They got two slips, the Nepalese. If it was a gully, he may well have snaffled that up. It's the first run. It's 1 for no wicket after 1.4. It's Munzi back on strike. Karen KC taking a look to see what he wants to do. And he comes again, bowls, and that was again a decent delivery, and it struck him on the pad, and he's out. He's out. It's Nepali delight, and this excellent start has continued, and I think Munzi has gone LBW for a duck. Scotland are 1 for 1. There's still a little bit of conferring going on. Karen KC looks absolutely like the cat that got the cheese. Here's the replay. And he was caught. Apologies. The picture that we've got doesn't do a great job showing the majority of the pitch, and actually Munzi played it, and it went, and he hit it kind of to cover point, where a rather smart catch was taken. Apologies for not seeing what was going on there, but that was an excellent excellent situation. It's Birtle who takes a catch, and things are going very nicely. So it's 1 for 1 after 1.5 overs. The new batsman is McMullen, not, of course, to be confused with Macmillan. He's a new man out for the Scots. Brandon McMullen, not to be confused, of course, with Brandon McMillan, which is probably a joke that he's been had many times. 25-year-old, he's been around a bit, and he leaves his first ball outside off stump, and it runs through to the wicket keeper. Played for KwaZulu-Natal under-17s, which kind of suggests maybe where his background is. That was the end of the over, an excellent over from KC, and Nepal are 1 for 1 after Scotland. Sorry, a 1 for 1 after 2 overs, having chosen to bat, and Nepal will be absolutely delighted with the start here. They've really put some pressure on our friends from north of the English border. Exciting stuff. And that's an expansive looking shot through the offside for Tare, and that may well be the first boundary. Is Cami continuing? No, it's going to be well fielded by 2 Nepali fielders who converge on the ball. I think Tare's going to get a couple of runs there. Decent shot. 3 for 1, Scotland. In comes Cami. bowling to Ter, bowls, and that's whipped off his legs by Ter. And there's a couple of runs for him here, at least as a fielder out there on the square leg boundary. He's not going to get that. That's the first boundary of the match, and delight for Ter. A little bit of steadying the nerves by Scotland. They're 7 for 1. It was nicely tucked off his legs by Ter. It was a little bit too far down the leg side there by Camel, who'd previously been bowling rather nicely. But now he's in a little bit of difficulty. That was put away on the leg side. 7 for 1 off to 2.2 overs. And that's again a nicely ball flicked away to the leg side. And that's going to be 4 more. And 2 rather bad balls by Cammy there. His opening over was an excellent. Maiden. He struggled a little bit in this over. In comes Camille again, 11 for 1, and there Ter plays rather extravagantly away from his body. It hits his boot, runs into the offside, and there's no leg side, and there's no run. Big smile on Cammy's face, which is good to see for a bowler who's been hit for consecutive 4s earlier in the over. 11 for 1 here off 2.5. Town 11 off 9. McCullen yet to score. Munsey back in the hatch for a duck. That's another good looking drive by Ter down the ground. It's going to be 4 more. It's a little difficult to judge exactly where the run's going to be coming for what is going to happen post shot, given the camera angle here. But that was a beautiful drive through mid-off. Long off even by Ter, his 3rd boundary of the over. He moves to 15 off 10. Scotland 15 for 1 off 3. And Camel rather let the side down a little bit there with that over. His bowling was not as accurate as you'd really want it to be. And it's allowed Scotland to consolidate a little bit, having lost a wicket to Karen KC in the previous over. It's going to be KC who's going to be bowling now to Brandon McCullen. No ad breaks means we really do get through the overs quickly. Here's KC again, bowls, and that's another excellent delivery outside off stump. It goes through to the wicketkeeper, and McCullen just let it go. But it left him in a little bit of difficulties. $15 for 1 after 3.1 overs. Of course, there is other cricket going on today. England, West Indies, second T20 international at 9:30. In Coimbatore, there's action in the Tamil Nadu Premier League. Interesting for people who like that kind of stuff. A couple of dot balls have started this over from KC Camel. Dundee, one of the shittier cities. Well, perhaps not that. That's a little bit cruel. Perth is, of course, a much worse city, but Dundee, not really the pearl of the east coast of Scotland. Grey skies, but doing the ball doing a little bit for the Nepali bowlers. And again, if you put it in the right place, which is what Casey Karen has definitely been doing, there's opportunities there. He did put in the white place outside off stump, and it went away, and there was no run. 3 dot balls in this over from Casey Carron. Average score of Scotland against Nepal, 240 in their past 10 matches. In comes Casey Carron. That's a little bit down the leg side, and McCullum is able to tuck it off his legs relatively easy for a single. Fielded out there by a Nepali fielder on square leg who's rather unnecessarily wearing shades. Leg by, that was given as, so 15 for no wicket. Sorry, I think that 16 for 1 wicket. Here's Cameron Casey again into tear, who's looked pretty good, but here he just plays a solid defensive. We're getting a decent ball outside off stump. Carron tries to flick up the cricket ball, as he's seen other professionals do. Failed to do it. It just ran off his foot. 16 for 1 off 3.5. Here's Casey Carron again, bowls, and that strikes him on the pad. That's a decent shout for LBW. The player, the wicket keeper's up, the slip's up, the Casey's got his hands on his head. Probably doing a little bit too much, perhaps. Going over the stumps. A decent shout, end of the over, 16 for 1 Scotland after 4. $16 for 1. Dot ball there. It's Cammy continuing. It's his 3rd over. Dot ball here, and he was generally doing pretty well, but he just couldn't quite get stuff happening. Another dot ball from Cammy, and he comes again, bowls to McCullum. That's down the leg side, and again, McCullum is going to flick it away rather nicely. And there is a fielder out there on the square leg boundary, so there will be just a couple of runs there. In comes Cammy again, bowls to McCullum. That's a nice shot outside off stump, a lovely cover drive, and I suspect that's going to be 4 runs as a fielder pursuing, and actually does very well out there, the Nepali fielder, and so he's going to restrict McCullum to just 2, but it was a lovely shot, lovely drive outside off stump, lovely cover drive. $21 for 1. In comes Cammy again. There's 3 off that McCullum drive. Ted flicks it off the leg side. There's just a dot there. 21 for 1 still. 1 ball to go of the 5th over. $21 for 1 off 4.5. In comes Cammy again, past the umpire. And that's another lovely drive by Tara. And it's straight through Cammy, and he's going to go for 4 more runs. So Tara is making a decent move here. He's moved to 19. Young Charlie Tara. His top score in ODIs is 80. He's played 16 ODIs. Top score of 80. Hello, Lucy. Do you want to say something?
Hello.
Hello.
What's that for?
I don't know.
Where did you get it?
I bought it online. Do you see? You're there. You are. Hello, Lucy.
Hello. Can you click that?
Click what?
Click it.
And do what?
Hello. Hey, it's not saying anything here.
It is. It's moving there. Look.
Ha ha. It's not record.
It is recording.
Yee! Meow, 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 meow. It's time for dinner.
Okay, it's time for dinner here. 25 for 1. And we will close for dinner.
Laughter. Can I click laughter?
What happens? See what happens. Go. Stop. What's going on?
Mute.
No, it's not. Hello, hello, hello. Very good. Okay, thank you very much.